Welcome to École au Burkina. Today we are going to deal with a new lesson in part number 2 entitled Classroom Objects and Cardinal Numbers, and unit number 1, which is entitled At School. The title of this new lesson is Classroom Language. Classroom Language. And the first point is going to be about giving orders or instructions. In a classroom or during a class, the teacher gives you some instructions or orders. So the first point, like I told you, is going to be about that. Unit number 1, at school. Part number 2, classroom objects and cardinal numbers. Vocabulary. Lesson. Classroom language. Classroom language. Capital A, giving orders or instructions. Giving orders or instructions. When you want somebody or someone to do something, you give him some orders or you give him some instructions. Okay? Now, in our classroom, the first example of instruction we are going to give you is to sit down. For example, the teacher is standing up. Okay? Now, the teacher sits down. You see, to sit down. Okay? To sit down. Now, the contrary of to sit down, le contraire, is to stand up. You see, the teacher stands up. Great. The teacher sits down. Good. Great. So, let's put our chair aside and sit down. Sit down. The contrary is stand up. Stand up. Sit down and stand up. All right? Great. The next instruction is what? You see, this is my place. Let's suppose the teacher is sitting here. Okay? Now, come to the board. Come to the board. Okay? So, the teacher goes to the board. Now, the teacher is at the board. Okay. Come to the board. This is the board. Come. Come to the board. Great. So, come to the board. come to the board. Next, if you are not at the board, go back to your seat or go back to your place. Go back to your seat. You see, the teacher is at the board. The teacher goes back to his seat. Great. Go back to your seat. Go back to your seat. Okay. Now, the next instruction is you have a bag, and in your bag there are books and there are copybooks. Okay? Remember, a copybook, un cahier, and a book, un livre. So in your bag there are copybooks and there are books. Now, the next instruction is take your copybook. So, take your copybook. Take your copybook, okay? Take your copybook. Okay, take your copybook. Take your copybook. Good. Now, in your copybook, write down the lesson. Write down the lesson. This is the lesson. Take your copybook and write down the lesson. Un rappel, to write, écrit. Take your copybook. And write down the lesson. Take your copybook and write down the lesson. Next point is B, asking for information. Asking for information. When you don't know about something, you ask for information. Okay? When you don't know about something, you ask for information. Now, the first expression I'm going to give you about asking for information is, excuse me, do you know? For example, excuse me, do you know where the bank is? This is a full sentence. Excuse me, do you know where the bank is? Which means, I don't know where the bank is. Now, I have to ask for information. Quand on ne sait pas, on se renseigne. Alors, la première expression que je vous donne pour un renseignement, c'est « Excuse me, do you know ?» Alors, excusez-moi, est-ce que vous savez, savez-vous, par exemple? Excuse me. Do you know? Next expression is, excuse me, do you know plus question word? Plus question word. Do you know plus question word or WH word? A question word is what? A question word refers to what, why, where, when, who. These are question words, ok? C'est des mots qu'on utilise pour poser des questions. Question words. Good. Où, quand, pourquoi, qui. Voyez? Alors, excusez-moi. Qui est ce monsieur? Excuse me. Who is this man? All right? Or, do you know John? Excuse me. Do you know John? Excusez-moi. Connaissez-vous John? Great. Let's go to an example. An example. An example. Excuse me. Do you know what time it is? What? This is a WH question or a question word. Excuse me, do you know what time it is? Excusez-moi, savez-vous quelle heure est-il?